Let's face it, meshes are a nightmare. But we can help. Yeah. But first, I want to inform you that these videos take forever to make. So please like this video. Thanks. So let's get started and prepare for creating your first mesh. But what is a mesh? Well, in computer graphics, a mesh is a collection of vertices, edges, and faces. They mainly consist of triangles and sometimes quads. It's totally understandable that Wikipedia is boring. Yeah, it actually contains info, but it's still boring. So, I'll explain it myself. A mesh is a 3D or 2D shape that contains some vertices, faces, and edges. They're made out of triangles. You probably heard about them when using Blender, 3ds Max, or Unity. They may be a cube, a square, or a sphere. Now we answered the question about what is a mesh. Now let's sketch our first mesh, and it's a cube, and we will implement it with code. Here we go. We will now sketch our mesh. So I'll just open Windows Whiteboard so you can sketch it. I'll just create a new one. Now we'll draw 4 vertices, 4 points. I'll just draw one here, one here, one here, and one here. Now we'll match them. So yeah, I'll match them. Okay, now we have a square. We'll draw more points. We'll just draw on the Z axis, and we'll also draw the invisible point in here. Now we will match them with gapping lines. Now we have a cube. We will name the faces of our mesh. So this will be the base. Let's call this base. This face will be the base. Now we'll have the top part of our mesh. Now we'll have the north. Now have the south. Sorry for my bad handwriting. We'll just south, and now we named all our faces. Now it's time to align a pivot. So our pivot will be in this part. This zero zero point. We'll just call it pivot. Now we will name our points or our vertex. So this will be 0. This will be 1. This will be 2. This will be 3. Now we have all. Now I have named all my all the points. So I have 4, 5, 6. I have 3. I have 1. I have 0. So we'll implement this with code. So first thing, you open Unity. Now you will go and create a new empty. We'll call this mesh generator. Now we'll go to a new script, call it mesh. generator, and we must not have space in here, so just mesh generator, create and add. So we have this. Now we have to get a folder which I'll call it scripts, because it contains all our scripts. So it's actually only one script, so this is optional, but it's just for now. You're gonna go. Okay, now you have this. Now you open this on Visual Studio. Now our script is loaded. As you can see, I just got rid of the two namespaces using system.collections and using systems.collection.generic. So we'll only be using Unity Engine namespace. So I also cleared the void update method. So we'll only be using void start. So let's start by creating a new mesh, which is just creating a new instance of the mesh class. Now we'll assign this to mesh equal new mesh. So now first step complete. We made a new mesh. Now let's create a new game object that holds this mesh. So I'm gonna go here, game object, and we'll call it cube object, because we'll be creating a cube. So I'm gonna get private because we want to be easy. So now we'll go and create a game object, which is cube object equal new game object. But now we'll call it default cube, and we're gonna add two components. Type of mesh filter plus type of mesh render. Now we're gonna add a semicolon. So this is a statement. So let's call it create a new game object that holds the mesh. Now we'll rename a mesh. So mesh.name our default cube. Now we're gonna add two. Let's go and mesh data. Now we'll create new private lists. So we'll create one vector 3. We'll call it vertices. And in here also have private int triangles. Now we need to create a method that creates the mesh data or sets the mesh data. So let's type in here create mesh, and we'll just go in void private void create mesh. Let's go create mesh, and just go here private semicolon. Now we'll just rename it create mesh so we don't get any errors. First, let's just fix these typos over there. Create mesh, and there's also a typo in here with the triangles. So okay, triangles. Why am I doing this? Okay, now we will set the array of vertices. Let's go here. Vertices equal new vector 3, and yeah, we're setting here a Type in here 4 because we're making, yeah, type in here 4. Now we're gonna get new vector 3. 0, 0, 0. That's good. 0, 0, 0. Not be using this, we're just using this one. Now we're gonna copy paste it 3 more times. Now I will set this to view 1, 1, 1, and here 1. So now we have 0, 0, 0, which is the pivot point, which is in here, this one, and we created the and we'll just call this 0. So it's a semicolon here. Now this will be 1, this will be 2, and this will be 3. Point 3. Now we need to fill or set the array triangles. So we're gonna go here, type in triangles, triangles equal new vector, no, new int, and it will be 6 triangles. Okay, but what is actually a triangle? Well, a triangle will match our vertices. So if you just run this code, nothing will be drawn because we need to fill spaces between the vertices. So triangles come in handy. So I'm just typing here, some random thingy. Yeah, 0, 0, 0. So don't get error. Now we will match from point 0. Make sure it is clockwise. So point 0 to point 1, which is will match from this, from here to here, from 0 to 1, and from 1 to 3, because we're going to be matching this triangle. So, and the other one was just make sure it is one line so you can easily make it. I'll type in here first triangle. Now in here I will make the same thing and call this second triangle. Right there. Now if I go and match from point 1 to point 2 to point 3, make sure it is clockwise. I'll show you that in a second. So 1, 2 to 3. Now if you just go here, we will find that we must make them clockwise. How? Clockwise triangles, will just create a new one here. Let's say this is our triangle in here. if we match from this point to this point to this point, this is point 1, this is point 2, this is point 3. This will be clockwise because we went like this and not like this. And if we made another one and said I'll go from here to here to here, this will be counterclockwise. And we need it to be clockwise because when it is clockwise, it will face the camera and will be drawn correctly. So this process is called culling, and many programs use culling for performance issues. So now we need to make it clockwise. So here it is clockwise, but if we flip those and make it from 0 to 3 to 1, it is counterclockwise, but we need it clockwise, and just flip it. Now the mesh will be drawn, but there's still one problem, because we did not align or set the mesh vertices to this array. So let's go here, mesh dot vertices equal vertices, mesh dot triangles equal triangles. Now we also set this game object to the mesh, so we want to hold the mesh. So let's go here, we'll type in cube object the get component, not taking a mesh folder. Now we're gonna get the mesh, we're gonna set this equal to mesh. So now everything must be working. So if you just go here and find that if we play, we're gonna have the default cube, but the mesh is still not aligned because, well, mesh, we must do this after we make our, right there. Order is important in here. So now if you play, hope it works. Yeah, here you go. We made our first mesh. Let's give it a material. So also get its default diffuse, but you'll find that it turns black. For me, it turned black. So if you actually encounter this problem, you can just go to you can just go here and just get out of play mode and go to mesh dot recalculate for normal. So if you just go here and play, we'll find that we made first. If you just go here and grab the diffuse, we're gonna find that working pretty well. Now we created our square, and we want to make a cube. So first thing we need we made the base, but the base is looking upwards like this. You can see it if you are viewing it from the top, and you can see it if you are viewing it from the bottom. So this is actually because this culling process I spoke of before. If you just go and make and flip those 1, 3, 2, 3, now it will be counterclockwise. So if we now go here, we're gonna find that now we can see it. but if we just go here, we can see it. But we can't see it from the top, but we can see it from the bottom. And this is how this works. And it's good because we want it to face the face this direction, because we are making a cube, and if we made the faces, we will see this face from here and not from here. We wanted to see it from the bottom. Okay, now we need to because no one will be standing inside of the cube. If this is the case, it is not important that we make these faces visible. So yeah, that's how it works. Now let's create a cube. Let's make this the base, and we'll add more vertex. So it will be 8 for now. So we're gonna just type in here. I'm gonna get those, and we're gonna type here first face, second face. Okay, now also get this. Okay, now we have to name this 4, 5, 6, and 7. So if you just go here, you're gonna find that we have 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now we need to match them. Matching is kinda hard, but you'll get into it. You just copy paste this. I'll just actually remove this so you don't get errors. Now let's go here. Flip this. Yeah, we're gonna flip this. 1, 3, 3, and 2. Now let's go top. It's easy actually to make it top. So now we're gonna go 4, 5. This is 5. No, it is 1. So it will be 5, and this is 3. And I think 3 matches with 7. So we're gonna just and we need to make the y 1. So we get so this is 1 block higher in the y-axis. So we get this 3D shape. Now we got here 1 will be 5, 2 is gonna be 6, and 3 will be 7. Now if we just hit play, we'll find that it does work. We can see the first the top face, and we can't see the bottom face from underneath. So that's pretty cool. Now you can match the rest of the faces. So I'll make it a time lapse because it takes a long time. After you've done, you just go here, press play, and you'll find your mesh. You can add a mat. Very good. Now you have your mesh. You have your cube. Everything's working fine, and you can use the sketch used to match them. And you will find my code on GitHub, or you can just go to the description and get it on Facebook. If you want to get my code, you can just go to GitHub, go search user tech Tycho. Now I'm gonna find all my all my projects. Yeah, you'll just press the meshes in Unity. You'll go to source, you'll go to cubemesh.cs. Now you can get my code.